Hello, welcome to the West Ham Way YouTube. Myself, Mark Carlow, and Riley Finch. Riley, a 6 summer signing has now been confirmed. It's Thilo Kehrer, I believe his name is. Has come from PSG, 25-year-old centre back, and I believe he can also play as well, left back as well. Firstly, mate, what are your thoughts? Are you pleased with this one?
Well, it was him and the Hungarian guy. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It was like Slazai or Slalazai or something like that.
I'm not going to.
Thank God we got a more approachable name, I guess, through the doors. Yeah. But I mean, we've signed 2 players from PSG. We've signed a player who wanted to sign for PSG as well. So I mean, this is a good level of signing that we're getting at. And obviously, when you think about it, we've kind of only spent 5 million on him because Diop has left for around 15. Kehrer has left for about 10. So we've made £5 million profit. We've got a 25-year-old. I believe he's played in the Champions League and he's played in the Europa League. Experienced centre back. At one point, he was the main guy at PSG as well, especially when he was younger. Again, youth as well. Having someone who's 25. We always talk about investments and getting players in who are younger. And from what I've heard of him, from what I've seen of him, he looks decent. I don't think he's going to be challenging for the first team spot when sort of Agard and Ogbonna and Dawson are fit. But definitely for now, he might surprise a few people. But it's definitely just good to have another fit centre back at the club.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a real positive signing. I think it's something that I like the fact he's 25 as well. He's got a career ahead of him. And as you say, the fact that he's come from PSG and they've signed him, and the fact that if you look at the other clubs that were in for him as well, I think Sevilla were big. Or Valencia as well. I think might well have been in for him. So I think we had to fight off a fair bit of competition to get his signature. And the fact we've done it for around 10 million, it's a good bit of business. And I think that's. And let's be honest, Riley, mate, with the injuries we've had and got at the moment, and especially from last season, we really needed to reinforce our back line, and I'm really pleased. And I don't know in terms of the timings of this yet. Do we know? I mean, I've just tried to read what X has put up as an update, whether he'll be in the squad for tomorrow night for our Conference League qualifier. Do you know?
So I think from when we were trying to get Cornet registered, he had to be registered by Friday afternoon. So by those standards, I would assume that he had to be submitted last night. But I'm honestly not sure if Europa League has different submission standards or what the actual thing is. I mean, X hasn't said he's not in the squad, so
no.
I don't know. It remains to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be as well. I just think it gives everyone a bit of a lift as well. I think let's be honest, we haven't had the best of pre-seasons. I know it's we're building this. It feels like we're in a bit of transition, if anything, West Ham at the moment with the quite a few new faces that are coming through. But what it will certainly do is, I think it'll give everyone a much needed lift, especially after the Nottingham Forest result. I think we all feel a bit flat from that and a bit disappointed the fact that we come away with nothing. And let's be honest, I think we were very unlucky in that game. I mean, how we didn't score a goal, I have no idea. But still, we've got 0 points on the board. Thursday night presents a good opportunity to get a win, and it sets us up nice for Sunday. But I think a signing of Kehrer just gives that lift and gives us a little bit of belief, and also knowing that we've got someone who can step in. Because I don't know about you, mate, I'm slightly concerned about the fitness of our back line. I mean, you've got Ogbonna, who's apparently getting very close now to returning. I believe he actually was in full, in the training with the first team today. So that's a good sign that he's very, very close. Craig Dawson seems to be a bit of a question mark over his fitness at the moment. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Agard, as we know, is out for at least for a couple more months by the looks of it. I'm actually concerned about Zuma, to be honest. I don't think Zuma looks fit. I was watching him the other day. He just doesn't move very well. He doesn't look very comfortable.
It is difficult when you're in a back line with a non sort of a lot. Centre backs, they play off each other, don't they? And the back line plays off each other in a sense. Yeah. So to have a centre back partnership of not just someone you've never played centre back with before, but a centre back who doesn't play centre back in Johnson. I think he's actually done okay there, but it might just be that Zuma just feels a little bit more wary about having Johnson as his centre back partner. Maybe he's got someone like Ogbonna, he's got maybe the freedom, and he might look a little bit better. I don't know if necessarily fitness. I mean, the whole squad looks unfit. I said it on the live stream. I said we honestly look like do you remember last year when we used to play the Europa League semi-finals and we used to roll out the same team on the Sunday. We played against like Burnley and Brentford, and we just looked so sluggish. It honestly looks like that at the moment, which is strange because we should be fully fit. We should be raring to go. We should be upbeat. but all of the squads. So even Bowen, I mean, Bowen looks a shadow of the player he was last year. So getting fresh faces through the door is very important right now. And hopefully they, I mean, if Moyes is saying Skamaka ain't up to fitness at the moment, then God knows what he's looking like, because the rest of the squad are just not up to par at all with the fitness. But a good thing is, obviously, like, youth is on our side. Start of the season, we had Dawson's like 33, 34, Ogbonna 33, 34. And then we had Diop, who's 25, and now we've swapped that for a 25-year-old, a 26-year-old, and we've still got Zuma 27. So we've got 3 centre-backs who potentially could be in our squad for the next like 4 or 5 years. So that's definitely a good sign, considering we need to get some understudies in for Dawson and Ogbonna.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think you're right. I think, and that's certainly what this signing is, isn't it? It gives us that sort of, you can feel like that's the sort of next generation. Gerd certainly is that as well. So I think that's very good. I think there's just, in terms of when you look at the where we are right now, and I think you're right. There is a sort of flatness about us at the moment. I don't know whether it's to do with fitness. I'm not quite sure, or whether there's just the sort of hangover from last season, probably the disappointment of Europa, the fact that we did, let's be honest, we missed out again, or we missed out on 6th spot. Badly, really, in a poor performance against Brighton. It just feels like there's a slight hangover from last season, and we need to shake it off. Maybe that's what Moyes has been alluding to in terms of stoutness within the squad and wanting to freshen things up. But no, they're not dwelling on that. Thinking about this signing, I'm pleased with it. I think it's a sensible buy, and I'm quite glad the fact that it's a player that I don't know that hasn't just landed on our lap and we've just sort of gone, oh, fair enough. We've had to battle to get this player. So it's a good sign. And no, I'm well pleased. And hopefully we may see him on Thursday night and for our first win of the season and sort of kick things on from there.
Yeah, definitely, man. Especially when you can imagine it probably wasn't in Moyes' plans to buy another centre-back this summer. I think Aged was his number one. And once he picked him up, that was kind of it for him. But to be, as and a lot of people have criticised him for the recent injuries, which I think is very harsh.
What, to Aged, you mean?
Just in general, I mean, on the live stream as well, people have been sort of commenting things like, the fact we haven't got a fit centre back at the club is, it's Moyes' fault. It's Moyes' fault. It's like, we've got 3 first-team centre-backs out. You can't really, yes, Aged has been injured for 2 or 3 weeks, and Ogbonna and Dawson have been, very questionable over the last couple of years. But you can't just have 8 centre-backs at the club in case, you've got
absolutely. I mean, let's be honest, we've had some bad luck, rotten luck with injuries.
Definitely,
it seems to be never ending. And the fact that Gerd's come in, and like I said to you previously, with our video we did on his injury, and when we got it confirmed by X, it's just, as you say, one, it was bad luck, and it was just the fact that the player's had no previous injuries in his career, no serious injuries. He's come to West Ham, he's played the ball for 5 minutes, and he's out for 6 months. And you just think to yourself, I mean, how rotten is your luck? I mean, it really is. It's just, that's the way we are at West Ham, isn't it? And it's just unfortunate. It seems to follow us around everywhere we go, especially with new signings.
This is the point. To have gotten a centre-back as good as him in basically, so again, it was in 2 weeks ago. There's 2 weeks after the window. So we basically had like 3 weeks to get a centre-back who Moyes was completely not looking at. So to have gone in and sort of got because he doesn't want to get an Aged level centre-back. He wants to get a centre-back that's affordable. So for them to get the deal over the line this quickly, and a lot of people would be saying, well, we should have got him in before Forest. I don't think people actually realise how hard deals are to sort of progress and get through the door. It's not, you could be like Forest and people say, oh, give me 8 mil for this player and then 8 mil sign him and then get 14, 15 different signings. But if you genuinely want the top players, you need to be astute in the market. And we've done that. And, we've signed a decent level centre-back for just 10 million, which is really pennies at the moment, considering our squad. And I think it's a really great bit of business. And it's definitely shining through how the Newman effect. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. So 6 signings already, 2 weeks left in the window, potentially 2 more signings I would really be hoping for just to get our squad over the line.
Yeah.
But, this is another piece, like we keep saying, this is another piece of the puzzle, move on to the next potential signing. It's just great to get it through the door, really.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that, let's be honest, we're in a results business and we know what it's like. When we're winning on the pitch, everyone's happy about everything. When we're not winning, then everyone likes to blame everybody. We blame the ground, we blame the manager, we blame the ball, we blame everything. Everyone's to blame. And I think that's all this really is. I think the fact most fans are just a bit disgruntled with our form. I think, let's be honest, if we can win on Thursday night, go and win on Sunday, 2 wins back-to-back within the space of a few days, and suddenly we're sitting at the table, then people will go, oh, actually, we're feeling good now. Season's up and running. We're feeling good, feeling confident, and we've got some new faces for the door. I think things will change very quickly. But I think, yeah, really delighted with the signing. I think, having Kehrer at the clubs, I think, is a really good move. The fact that we've sold Diop, as you say, for 17 million and brought him in for around about 10, that's just great bit of business. And I'm really pleased with it. And I just hope now that we can now just kickstart our season. I think that's what we need. And fingers crossed we might see him tomorrow night then. Who knows if he's, as you say, if he's signed on time.
Yeah, well, here's hoping, mate.
Exactly. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers.